Hey everyone, I'm currently at Point Cabrillo State Park. This is a lighthouse, and you can see that I'm on a hiking path. It's 3/4 mile one way to get to the lighthouse. It's a really nice trail. There's a little bit of a hill that you can see behind me. And I also should point out that this road is drivable if you have, well, it's drivable anyway. It's drivable by regular folk if you have a handicap placard. So if that's the case, you can drive all the way down to the lighthouse, which you can see is down ahead there by those big trees down there, cypress or whatever they are. And the lighthouse is just to the left, and I'll show you that in a minute. It's a nice thing to do on a warm sunny day like this. Get a little short hike in, get a little exercise, and see a lighthouse. I mean, who doesn't love lighthouses, right? They're amazing. So I don't know what this one's like, but we will check it out in a second. You can see there's some folks on bicycles, so you can bicycle down here. And also, apparently, as they do at other lighthouse areas, they have vacation rentals here. That's over this way. We'll check that out in a minute. This lighthouse is located in Northern California off of Highway 1 a ways. And it's south of Fort Bragg, but north of Mendocino. So that'll tell you where it is. And you drive off the highway on a scenic road for a while, and then you get to the parking lot, and then you have to do the walk. Unless, of course, you have a handicap placard, or, as I just found out, if you are renting a vacation rental.
There are 3 nicely restored homes: the head lighthouse keeper, the first assistant, and the second assistant. The first assistant lightkeeper's house has been turned into a museum. These homes were built in approximately 1909, and the museum inside reflects the period after electricity was added in 1935. They just ask you to walk around the house to the back door to enter that way, and the lower floor of the museum is open, so you can walk around and check things out, and it's very cool and worthwhile.
This must be the back door here. Okay, here we go. There's a sign for the museum. Well, that building there are the restrooms. So let's go in the museum. Open. Cool. Please close the door to keep the squirrels out. Thank you. That's the washroom. Modest kitchen. Look at that old stove. That's beautiful. China. A lot of old plates here. Oh, and all kinds of information. It's the fireplace. Some information on the restoration. I'll just let you. Old ship model. Lots of old china on the wall. Point Cabrillo Lighthouse Station. I'm going to just scan this and hopefully you can read it. This is looking out the front window. There's an old clock and an old photo. Doesn't say who that is. This is the front door, which is closed. And voluntarily, they don't want you going upstairs. There's really nobody to stop you. This is another living area. I've got the lights on for us here. There's old memorabilia here. It's a fireplace, obviously. Little kids area over there. This old phonograph. That's pretty cool.
This is a porch area on the front of the house, and it actually has a closed door, so we're looking through a window here, but it just kind of shows things laid out. There's the no entry sign. All right, so it's time to head out, and I just noticed another thing. Look at this cool old phone there on the wall, and then we're going to walk back through the main room there, and kitchen area, just showing you a little bit of different view, and then we're going to head out the door into the backyard. And then as we look toward the ocean, you can see the extra buildings out back, and here's a couple signs on the museum. Next, we're going to go down to the next house, which is actually the head lightkeeper's house. And this house is one of the vacation rentals. Both of the other houses are vacation rentals, so those can be rented. I'm not going to give you prices and all that, but you can check in with the Point Cabrillo folks here and the website and the numbers here on the sign. And of course, these are occupied by folks, so you don't want to go in there. And there's the handicap parking right there. So if you want to drive down there, you can, as a handicap, you can park there. And the parking for the houses are in the back. So this is the second assistant lightkeeper's house. And this one is also a vacation rental. So now we're looking back up toward the other one.
Okay, this is a aquarium marine science exhibit. Well, there's a lot of information on marine stuff here. I'm not going to dwell on it too long, but I'll just show you briefly. All kinds of cool whale stuff here. Again, it's late September, and I think the whale watching season is mid-December to mid-April, if I'm not mistaken. So here's a bunch of whale information. Some photographs. Oh, and here's a bunch of information on the various whales. If you're curious about that, and the size, relative size. Look at them compared to dinosaurs. Okay, the aquarium room's pretty dark. There's more information here. Some information on the birds that are around here. And here's the aquarium. In memory of Tab Stewart Adone, the ocean is the mother of life on Earth, and I return to her as a free diver.
Okay, so now on to the main event, which is checking out the lighthouse. This lighthouse is an additional museum, and it's also a gift shop, and there'll be a docent there. So if you have any questions, you can certainly ask there.
Yeah, I was wondering about funding, and it just says you can make a donation, which I will gladly do.
Okay, so here we are in the lighthouse, and you can see there's tons of information, a lot of old photos and written history, and there's also things you can buy if you want to do that. And of course, as I said, you can ask questions of the attendant there. Right now, I just want to show you a few photographs of some of the information, so if you want to freeze them and read them, you can. In addition to the lighthouse and the historical buildings, Point Cabrillo is also a beautiful coastal area, and it's really fun to visit, especially from mid-December through mid-March, where you can do whale watching. So it's very easy, with all the information, all the things to see, to spend a half a day at this beautiful place.
Okay, so if you look out at the ocean there's this little lagoon that comes in here. It's a really cool spot. And there's some seaweed in there. And then over at the base of that cliff there, on the middle left, sitting on a rock almost at water level, is some sort of seal or sea lion. I think it's a sea lion, not sure. Pretty cool sight, some naked ladies next to the lighthouse. All right, folks, well, that was way above expectation. It's really nice down there. Beautiful lighthouse. You can see it just sparkled there. Again, we're up at the Fresnel lens level. I don't know if it's Fresnel, that's what I said. Or high enough so we're getting the flash. And I think it's something like 8 seconds. And there is a characteristic number of seconds for different lighthouses so that the navigators and the ships kind of know where they are. Thanks for coming along on this. I'm really impressed by this place. I'm sure in December through April, it'll be a great whale watching place as well. So you can come out here, visit the lighthouse, do some whale watching, etc. Beautiful spot. Thanks for coming along. Until next time, thanks for watching.